What's good, everybody? I'm Winston A, aka the Swaggy Blurred, and I bet you weren't expecting 2 videos in one day, but here we are. Part of what I'm trying to do is make sure that I touch base with you guys. I'm going to try and do it once a day, especially as I'm trying to build this channel out. Again, by the way, if it's your first time here, be sure to hit that subscribe button with the notification bell. But there's a lot of stuff in movie news. There's a lot of stuff in TV news. There's a lot of stuff in sports news. There's a lot of stuff in politics, all that kind of stuff, man. And I talk about all of it. You've seen me on various different channels, and now I'm doing it here. So today, what I specifically want to talk about, the final trailer for X-Men 97, as we're coming to the 3-part finale, has dropped. And we also had some stuff come out from Beau DeMayo, well, unfortunately fired showrunner of X-Men 97. I'm going to do a whole separate video and talk about whether or not I think Beau should be rehired. There's a lot of mitigating factors in there, but we're going to talk about that at another time. But for now, what I'm going to do, we're going to start off with, I'm going to do a live reaction to the final trailer, the teaser trailer for X-Men 97's finale. We'll talk about what Beau talked about, and then we'll get out of here. So let's go ahead and pull this up. All right, and we're going to start it in 3, 2, 1.
You were my first students, my family. I wanted you to be free.
Okay, so this is a lot, some stuff we've seen already. Obviously, Gambit's
where mutants could live however they wish, safe
that's new.
Without fear. My X-Men.
Charles back. Yep. Okay. Here we go, man. God, I can't wait for this finale, but I'm also so sad. I don't want it to end.
We have to be strong. For the team.
Old footage, yeah.
For every mutant still out there.
Okay, that's new. Ooh, Sunspot's gonna use his powers.
Hope.
Let us do what we do.
Yep, this is from last week.
Believe in each other.
This is new. I love it. It's old. This part is for people who haven't maybe seen it already. I mean, it is. Oh, Nightcrawler with the sword!
Charles Xavier entrusted me with his dream. Everything he built. Everything he fought for.
That's a lot of Sentinels.
Now belongs to me.
No, that's the old outfit! Oh, he big mad.
X-Men.
Almost forgot.
Oh, am I going to war or a circus?
What'd you expect? Black leather?
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. and you had to, there was a lot going on there. Okay. Oh, my God, so much. Okay, first of all, as I'm trying to process all of my thoughts at the same time, you have all those Prime Sentinels chasing them around the Blackbird. That's crazy. Second of all, for those that aren't super deep in the X-Men stuff, one of the funniest lines in the original X-Men movie from 2000 is when they give Logan his outfit, his all black leather. He's like, really? And he goes, what? You expected yellow spandex? So I have to give Beau DeMayo so much credit. Like, dude, what happened? That is knowing your content, knowing the references top to bottom. And that is, again, he's done this throughout. This team has done it throughout, whether it be pop culture references like the Sailor Moon transformations or whatever else. In this particular case, you're talking about making a nod to, previous references in an X-Men movie, kind of tying it all together, taking little shots here and there. But as far as the stuff that we saw, Nightcrawler finally getting the mix. He's finally sword slanging. I love it. You love to see it, man. Cable officially joining the team, whether or not it's permanent or not. He goes back to the future. He bounces back and forth a lot. the Prime Sentinels, everybody back together to try and put this whole thing to bed. I am so excited for this. And I believe this final episode is called Tolerance is Extinction. Now, to follow that up, let's talk about the stuff that Beau DeMayo put out. X-Men 97 showrunner Beau DeMayo tells fans to watch these X-Men the Animated Series episodes before the finale. We're just days away from beginning X-Men 97's 3-part finale, and showrunner Beau DeMayo has now pointed fans in the direction of 4 specific episodes from X-Men the Animated Series that they should watch. The next few episodes of the 3-part finale, titled Tolerance is Extinction, and ask the question, can Cable help the X-Men stop Bastion, and will time travel undo the deaths of Gambit and the countless mutants who died on Genosha? Time, no pun intended, will tell, but X-Men 97 showrunner Beau DeMayo has now pointed fans in the direction of 4 specific X-Men the Animated Series episodes they should watch before the finale kicks off. As first reported on Tunado.com, these include the 2-part story titled One Man's Worth, Season 4, Episodes 2 and 3. In that, Nimrod traveled back in time to assassinate a young Charles Xavier Terminator style. He succeeded, meaning the X-Men never formed, and the Age of Apocalypse timeline became a reality. Bishop later teamed with Wolverine and Storm to stop Nimrod and Master Mold in the comics. They combine eventually to create Bastion. We can talk about that later. And after plenty of time travel shenanigans, things are eventually made right. DeMayo later suggests fans should check out the 2-part Sanctuary. In that, Magneto creates Asteroid M after clashing with the UN, though it's ultimately destroyed. Genosha and Apocalypse also factor into these episodes, though it's a little harder to decipher how that will influence Tolerance and Extinction. Tolerance is Extinction. It's always interesting to take Xavier's dream and turn on its head, DeMayo previously said of his approach of X-Men 97. When I first came to this, I was thinking about what the world of the 90s was like, even issues of social acceptance, and what does it mean to be different. It was so much more simplistic than it is today. The X-Men spent years telling humanity to embrace the future, walk into the future together. What happens when they get hit with a future they didn't see coming? What does it feel like to be on the other end when you feel like that future is leaving you behind? And you can go and check out the rest of Beau DeMayo's comments. So, okay, so super quick, coming out of this, first of all, again, Beau DeMayo just really knows what he's talking about. I did my X-Men the Animated Series rewatch in anticipation of X-Men 97, so I can tell you very quickly, a quick spoiler alert, but it's been out since the 90s, so I don't feel bad for you. Either way, you've been warned. You have an age where, again, Charles is assassinated, and it's because Master Mold has sent some assassins, Fitzroy and his partner, I don't remember the partner's name, to go back and kill Charles way before he becomes Professor Xavier. And it creates this alternate timeline where the X-Men don't form, but there is mutant resistance. Storm and Wolverine are together. They're dating. And ultimately Bishop and his sister team up with the two of them to go and stop the assassination of Charles Xavier. Great 2-part story. Feels what if-ish. It obviously isn't, because it is technically part of the canon, because Bishop does time travel to fix things. And it makes you wonder, like the article said, is it possible that we end up undoing Genosha and Gambit's death and all that? Which, again, I don't necessarily want that to happen. I think you take a lot of the emotional weight out. I know that you had the Saturday morning cartoon shenanigans previously where that did happen, where you would undo stuff like that. I think if you're going to do the time travel reset that ultimately brings back Gambit or an alternate reality or anything like that, you have to wait. I don't think you do it this season. I think it's a season 2 or a season 3 thing. This needs to have some gravity to it. I'm not saying that you can't. I just think it takes some of the edge away personally. That's just me from a storytelling standpoint, especially knowing that Beau DeMayo specifically said in a previous tweet that for him, the episode Remember It is supposed to be an allegory for 9/11. So everything before it was getting us back into the 90s mode and kind of what it felt like, and it felt safe, right? And then 9/11 happens and the world turns on its side. If all of a sudden you just magically undo that, you're taking some of the, yes, it's an animated cartoon about superheroes, but you're taking some of the realism that you're trying to anchor it in away if you can just magically time things away. And again, I'm not saying that that's not an element you don't play with, you don't include. I just think it'd be way too early to undo this. I don't like Gambit being gone. I want also for the voice actor to have more work. We need this to sit and make us feel like this is something, because I think what set this apart, this keeps getting compared to the Red Wedding, Gambit's death. I need for it to feel a little bit like the Red Wedding and be like, oh, your favorite character could be gone. The other major 2 episodes that he said is to watch Sanctuary. Again, that's Asteroid M. Magneto has Cortez as his right-hand man. Asteroid M goes sideways because Cortez essentially tries to eliminate Magneto and some other folks that are up there. Ultimately, Cortez, and I wonder if they didn't include this episode on purpose. Ultimately, Cortez, when you end up in the episode, the 5th Horseman, they were trying to kidnap Beast and Jubilee and use Jubilee as a sacrifice to bring Apocalypse back. Ultimately, Cortez gets sacrificed to bring Apocalypse back. So I wonder if somehow Apocalypse has something to do with this at all, knowing that Cortez is floating around and we're talking about Sanctuary, or if it's just about Asteroid M. There's a whole lot of stuff going on there. But either way, I have such faith in Beau DeMayo based off of everything that he's done so far that this season finale is going to be spectacular. But I want to know what you think. So go down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about the trailer, what you think about hearing about these episodes. You're going to go watch these other episodes, and what do you expect to happen? Like, I honestly think that obviously now that we have Bastion, we've already seen Operation Zero Tolerance is kind of floating around. I think we're going to see a lot of X-Men potentially. The only way that I think Gambit comes back and you have time shenanigans is there's a point at which Bastion keeps beating a bunch of mutants individually, either kidnapping them or whatever else. It could be very interesting if maybe start picking them off, and so the only thing is maybe somebody else has to sacrifice themselves in order to ultimately save the team or the world or anything like that. Now that I could also see, if this is a trade-off type of situation, I could see that. But again, I want to know what you think. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, man, I appreciate all of the love and support I've gotten so far. We're on the drive to 3K. We've been pushing, man. We've been getting around 100 new subscribers a week, which is amazing. I want to keep that flow going. But yeah, that's going to be it for now, man. So I will see y'all tomorrow. I don't know if there's going to be more trailers out or whatnot, but I will be doing Knuckles. I'll be doing a Knuckles review. Let me know in the comments. Would you prefer that I split Knuckles up and do it by episode, do it by episodes of 2, or do the whole thing? I think it was 6 episodes total for that miniseries. So you let me know. With that, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all be safe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.